Mad Dog Magnotti, thanks for tuning in today. Appreciate it. Last day of February, last Monday in February, okay? And the snow is almost gone. Spring is coming. Thank you, God. Okay? But look, I have got a really cool guest today. But, you know, I want to ask you a question. Do you know that lawyers practice? And why is that? Don't they ever get it right? Okay, sorry. I do. Some of my best friends are attorneys. I mean, look, I appreciate you tuning in today. I've got a really good show. I've got a guest that I'm honored to have here today. It's going to be an interesting conversation. So, hey, street talk and other stuff, you stick around. We will be right back.
Community is more than just a place. It's the people, stories, and connections we share. At the Wenatchee World, we're your neighbors, your storytellers, and your trusted voice. From uncovering the issues that matter most to celebrating the moments that bring us together. We deliver the stories that keep the community moving forward. The Wenatchee World, your community voice, here every day.
It's the NCWLIFE Community Calendar, a presentation of Apple Valley Honda. The Special Olympics Washington Winter Games returns to the Wenatchee Valley for the 35th year, the weekend of February 28th. 900 volunteers are needed to assist more than 1,200 participants and coaches throughout its 3-day run. From assisting on the slopes of Mission Ridge to keeping score at basketball games, no special skill is required. To volunteer, please visit the website on the screen. This March, Lake Chelan welcomes food and wine lovers to an unforgettable experience. Taste Chelan. 16 of the Valley's top wineries and restaurants create the perfect pairing of fine wines and Epicurean delights. With 4 unique winery tracks and 5 weekends to explore, every visit offers something fresh and exciting. From your first sip to the last bite, every moment is a delicious adventure, so don't wait. Tickets are selling fast. Visit tastechelan.com today.
When you've been in business for 40 years, it's because you understand change and you put members first, always. Now Works is announcing a change in their membership model. Up to 6 people on one membership that you can mix and match. The more people, the bigger the discounts. Introducing the Works shared membership model. One membership, friends and family and flexibility. Works, the cleanest, friendliest, most helpful gyms you and your friends will ever join.
Talking other stuff, Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and I am very happy and honored to introduce to you the Mayor of East Wenatchee. Her
Hi.
Honor, Jerry Lee Crawford. Nice to have you.
Thank you for having me.
Mayor, it's okay. My pleasure.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, it's actually, I looked it up. It was 3 years since you were here the last time, so I
Feels
apologize.
longer. No.
But East Wenatchee, sometimes not a lot is happening.
No,
so,
we're a little quiet city.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but I'm glad to be back.
Yeah, well, good. So how you doing?
I'm good.
Now, if anybody's been under a rock and doesn't know much about you, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Oh,
and
sure.
Your experience in government and just anything interesting about you. And you know what? Nobody fact checks us, so you can make stuff up.
Okay, all right.
Make stuff
good.
up if you want
Okay,
to.
that'll be fun. Let's see, what can I start with? I'll tell some tall tales.
Okay.
Well, just a little bit about me. I was born here in the Wenatchee Valley, but I wasn't raised here.
Okay.
My grandparents are from here. My parents are from here. My mom went to Eastmont High School, and my dad went to Wenatchee High School. They were both graduates of the Valley, so I have to root for both sides, even though I'm the East Wenatchee mayor. Yeah, when I graduated from high school, I was in Spokane, and I thought I want to get away from home, but I want to go someplace familiar.
Yeah, well, I was going to ask you, were you one of those who said, I lived in Wenatchee, I'm never coming back type of thing?
No, because I didn't grow up here. I chose to come here.
All
so
right, good,
yeah, because my grandparents still lived here, and This is where I spent all my holidays and vacations. Matter of fact, my grandmother was the first woman school bus driver.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
for Wenatchee School District.
Oh, wow. What was her name?
Jerry Brown.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right,
so I used to
cool.
ride the school bus with her because I had a spring break when a different time than what Wenatchee had. So I'd ride around on the school bus, and I felt like this was my town.
Oh, okay.
You know, yeah, because
Wow,
I knew
yeah.
all the streets and I knew the kids.
Sure,
And, yeah,
sure,
so
sure.
I decided to come back to the Wenatchee Valley, and this is where we've decided to live and raise our children.
Okay. You have 3.
I do. They're
Talk
all
about
grown
that.
now.
Okay,
I've got
yeah.
2 boys, 24, 21, and I have a daughter who is 18, and
Yeah.
she just graduated this last
Okay, but
summer.
she's going to Central Washington University.
She
you said.
is. She's
What
going
is
to
she gonna?
Central.
What's the major plan?
She's
or-
studying Japanese.
Okay,
She's
all right.
adopted Chinese, but
Ah.
she's studying Japanese and communications. So she'll be studying abroad next year in Japan.
Oh, wow.
Yes,
cool.
I think
All
I'm going to
right.
miss her a little bit.
Yeah, that usually happens, But the thing, I guarantee you, they come back.
Yes, yeah. I'm sure she'll come back.
I have a son who lives in Taiwan, actually.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, he lived in Korea first couple years and then came home for about a year and went to Taiwan. He and his wife, who is Taiwanese, very sweet woman, very good for my son.
Oh,
Okay.
good.
But yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, so
It's
have you
cool.
been there to visit?
We have. We were there, I think, about 5 years ago. Matter, he used to say when he lived in Korea, he said, "What's it going to take for you to visit me?" I said, "Move to Italy." Okay. But yeah, my wife and I were there, and my wife and daughter Marie plan on visiting him again sometime early next year.
Oh, good.
About this time next year
Oh, that's
is the
nice.
plan. But they were here for Christmas. No, we're supposed to be talking about you.
I know. I'm interviewing you. This is fun. I like this. Let's. You go be mayor for a day, and I'll interview people
No.
for a day.
No politics in this guy. No.
All right.
You do not want that. So. Okay, so you're in your second term.
Yes, this is my
Okay.
second year of my second term. I
All
was
right.
elected in 2019, so I started in 2020, but I was a council member before mayor.
Okay, all right. What made you want to get into politics? See, this is what I used to go to council meetings basically when I was a police officer with the city of Wenatchee, and I'd sit there going, these are so boring. Those are apparently intelligent people up there. How could they?
It can be boring.
Yeah.
Yeah, I worked for the Chamber of Commerce
Okay, right.
before.
I remember that.
Yeah, I ran a leadership program, the Wenatchee Valley Community Leadership Program, and I was exposed to a lot of challenges within the community, but also
Sure.
a lot of successes, and I felt like I had an opportunity to take that another step further.
Okay.
And my goal was to try to get leaders connected to the community. And
Right.
what happened is I felt like I got so connected to the community that I just couldn't not then take some of those the lessons I had learned and apply
Okay,
it in
all
a
right.
different way. So I applied.
Okay.
I was appointed to be city council. There was an open seat.
For the first time you
For
were
the
on the
first
council,
time.
you were appointed. Okay.
I was appointed.
Was that
yeah.
Mayor Steve Lacey who appointed
Yep.
you? Okay.
Well, no, the council appoints
The
a
council did,
council
okay.
member.
All
Yeah.
right.
So George Buckner passed away,
Okay.
and his seat was open, and so I think it was nine of us applied
Okay.
for that open seat. So I was appointed, and then I had to run the next year, and I enjoyed it. It's
Okay.
yeah. It's,
Really?
yeah.
I mean that.
Well, there's a lot of reading, a
Yeah,
lot
yeah,
of
yeah.
a lot of things that I don't know anything about, street contracts and
Sure.
and construction documents and things like that. But I did enjoy it, and then I thought I didn't have ambitions to be mayor, but people kept asking me to.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so.
Well, something I say, those of us who have leadership ability, including myself in that. No, but those of us who have abilities to fulfill some responsibilities should step up and do that. Okay?
Absolutely.
It's a matter of recognizing the gifts you have and not, knowing that they're gifts that need to be enhanced, but stepping up and doing something, and obviously that's something you've done.
I hope so. I
yeah.
hope people found, some of my skill sets valuable for this position, and
All right.
and so I thought, well, if people want me to, I'll see, and if they don't want me to run, then I won't be, or if they don't want me to be mayor, I won't be elected, right?
Okay, all right.
So I was elected, and now I'm in my second term.
All right, so what, the term's 4 years?
4 years.
Okay, all right. But you don't know about what's going to happen. Right
Yeah,
now,
I've
you're
got a little bit of time
worrying
to-
about things
yeah.
that you want to take care of the stuff that you need to get done.
Yeah,
so, okay, good.
I've got 3 years before I need to make that
to
decision
think
again.
about it, all
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
But you're obviously liking it.
I do enjoy it.
Okay, all
Yes, it has its moments. There are times where it's very, very challenging,
Yeah.
but it's also very rewarding. It's nice to have a goal and see it carry through. I will say in government, it works very slowly, so you might have an ambition
Sure.
to do something, but it takes a long time to get it done.
Mm-hmm.
If you decide tomorrow you want to go build a garage, you can do it and no problem. If the government,
Not in Wenatchee, okay. But,
if the
I built a
government-
carport a while back, and no,
You had a hard time?
No.
Well, maybe
no,
move to East Wenatchee. We'll make that a little bit faster for you. But in government, the same process that we would need to go through, it should take longer. It should take
right.
longer for us to do something, and it is more expensive because we have to be ADA compliant, and
Sure.
we have to hire, go through the bidding process and take the lowest bidder. You can choose whoever you please, or you could do it yourself.
Right.
Yeah. So it just takes longer in government,
Yeah, I
and
hear
that's
you.
okay. Yeah.
But one of your decisions that I was highly in favor of and very proud of you for making was when you hired Rick Johnson to be the police
Yes.
chief.
Oh, that was a very good decision to
Yeah.
make. Yeah. The Chief Johnson has done a fabulous job.
Ricky.
Ricky,
you
yes.
call him-
Okay, I'll call him Ricky on this show, and then I'll tell him not to watch.
Okay.
He does a good job of being very respectful.
Okay. Yeah, he is. He's a
but
great guy.
He is. I was very concerned about the police department, to be honest with you,
Sure,
when I
sure.
first became
Well, there
mayor.
were some major issues going on, you know.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things I had heard was that East Wenatchee, the other agencies in our region, couldn't rely on East Wenatchee, and that was a problem for
Okay,
me.
all right.
So, yeah, Chief Johnson came in. I hired him 6 months into my first year.
Right, remember
It was
that.
during COVID. It was really weird. I had to interview him over a TV monitor. I mean, it was not the way I wanted to go through that process.
right.
But he did do a really good job. He's working hard to get the police department accredited,
Yeah.
which
yeah.
makes, for people who don't know what that means, it shows that your police agency is working on best practices.
Yeah, it's got a set of standards that you have to meet, and I mean, because Wenatchee PD went through it while I was still there, and it's not an easy process.
No,
so,
it's
okay.
not. Yeah, it's very time consuming, but it is, I mean, it's everything from management of records
Sure.
and evidence.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
and trainings. It's very rigid, and it meets that high bar that I expect.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, now other than the police department, what other major departments in the city are you working with that, I mean, right now? I mean, that you're finding challenging or stuff going on that needs to be addressed?
So East Wenatchee is unique compared to Wenatchee. We don't have our own water system, and we don't have our own sewer.
Okay, is your water, is that PUD?
No, it's the East Wenatchee Water District.
Okay, all right.
And then there's the Douglas County Sewer District. So
all
we
right.
don't have.
Yeah, I was not aware of that.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah, so really what we have in East Wenatchee is we have a court, we have a municipal court. Of course, that's a separate branch
Sure.
of the government, and we have a police department. We don't even have a parks department in East Wenatchee. That's a metropolitan parks district.
Okay.
So we operate really as a small city, even though we're the largest city in Douglas County.
Really?
It
Okay,
operates
all right.
pretty small. So a lot of street projects we work
Well, I was
on.
going to ask you, you have a street and road department,
Right.
correct? So,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and we're doing a lot of. I'm very proud. This last year, we were able to get a lot of sidewalks around our schools.
Good.
So
good.
that
That's
is important to me for safety for our kids getting to and from school. And it's been great to partner with the school district on that. We were able to really listen to their needs and what they needed, and get bus, pullouts for buses and things like that. And then also working with Link Transit to make sure that we're putting in sidewalks and pullouts in the right places for our bus and public transportation.
Good,
yeah.
good.
So it's been good.
So what is what's been the most challenging thing over the past couple of, let's say, years or part of your second term?
I think the biggest thing, and this is going to be a very difficult challenge for East Wenatchee, is inflation has just hit us hard. It's things we have no control over. For example, the cost of housing inmates
Sure.
at Chelan County
Oh, yeah,
Jail.
yeah.
Our contracts with a variety of agencies, the Humane Society, those are important services to have that we can't provide that service, so we need to contract with others. And I don't blame those agencies for having to increase their cost to us as
Sure.
well.
I mean, it's happening everywhere.
It is. Inflation's just out the roof. And revenues just aren't keeping up. So we have had an increase in sales tax revenue, which is great, but it doesn't match the cost of things.
Sure.
And that's we operate on a very tight budget.
Yeah.
We have very small staff. They are working very hard. Matter of fact, we have less staff doing more work than we did 10 years ago.
Right.
And yet we may have to consider rolling back some staff because our budget is so tight.
Okay. And if I remember correctly, it's public safety issues. Police and fire are probably one of your major budget items.
Well, we don't
But
fire.
you don't do fire. Fire is Douglas County, but
Right.
the city must contribute to that.
Well, we pay for some marshal services,
Okay.
but no, it's paid for by the tax dollars.
Okay, all
yeah.
right, okay.
So, but we don't have any control over it.
All right.
But police is our biggest part of our budget, and
Sure.
it is the area right now with the challenges that we're facing in the world today, not even just East Wenatchee. That is not an area I want to cut back.
Right,
The
right.
fentanyl
No,
problem
no.
is
So-
significant. We have a lot of theft.
Yep.
Retail theft
Yep,
challenges.
yep.
This is not the time to pull back on police. So
Yeah, I was talking to a friend of mine from New York. His son sent him an article about how the people with Amazon are destroying Seattle, and he wanted to know our take on it. Because a couple of my friends, one of them lives in Kirkland and the other in Issaquah, they're closer. And the article wasn't accurate, but I did mention that, the decrease in police services in Seattle. I mean, I am nervous going over there. I am more comfortable in a foreign country than I am when I go to Seattle now, and it's too bad because Seattle's a beautiful city.
well, for
So,
Washington, our ratio is down for police officers per capita, right? And it's good to have a police presence.
Yes.
And I'm really proud of our police department because it's not just they're not out just giving tickets. They're very responsive and they're doing really
Right.
good work, but their work is very complicated.
Yeah.
And we're trying to find creative ways to maximize some technology maybe to
Right,
aid
right.
them. We're putting in some flock cameras, which will help us find
interesting.
folks that have broken the law.
Yeah.
And it's for bigger reasons, not just
Not just spying on citizens.
not just someone who was speeding and now we're going to go find you someplace else. But we did have a murder last year in East Wenatchee, and a flock camera can help identify where he left the state, and being able to track someone down for that, or someone stole your car and being able to find the car more quickly. So.
Okay, well, look, we were talking with Mayor Jerry Crawford from East Wenatchee. Really wanted to have her on. Had her on for a while. Should have been sooner, but she is here today. Got some more questions we're going to ask her, but we need to take a quick break. So, street talk and other stuff. You stick around. We will be right back. So.
Hey there, folks. Blueberry Carrie here to invite you on out to Blueberry Hills to experience some real treats. Take a look at our homemade cream pies, our amazing cheesecakes, and don't forget our famous banana pudding. Remember, we're more than just great treats. People come from all over the world to experience what has been called one of the best destination restaurants in the Pacific Northwest. So come on out and see what all the fuss is about. Blueberry Hills in Manson. It's where the world is coming to.
Global Car Care has the best customer service in the Valley. From the moment you walk in the door, their goal is to help you stay on the road, so you can keep doing what's important to you. Global Car Care certified ASE mechanics stand behind your automotive repairs.
Hey, welcome back to Save Mart. What can we help you find today?
We're looking for a mattress.
Oh, right this way. We got a large selection. We have this pillow top here.
Comfortable.
We have more to choose from down here. I think I have the perfect one over here for you.
I guess we'll take this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether.
We provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
Okay, Street Talk and other stuff. We're back. Thanks for tuning in again. We're talking with Ms. Jerrilee Crawford, Her Honor, Mayor of East Wenatchee.
That sounds so funny to me.
I'm sorry. Well, just,
I'm not a judge, but I understand.
Okay, what's going on? What are the current plans? What are the projects you're working on? What are the things you're looking for the future of your fair community? So.
Well, I'm glad you asked that because I talked about the financial challenges that we are facing. We have to make some tough decisions about our future and whether we are trying to increase our revenues or trying to pull back on our expenses. So we're going through an evaluation process of that right now. Okay. We've hired a consultant to help guide our staff and our council, and then also to get some feedback from the community of what is important to our residents and what they would like to see. So we're going through that process this year. I really feel East Wenatchee has to grow. We need to grow our boundaries.
Yeah, it's no doubt.
We haven't had an annexation since 2005. So 20 years of not growing our city, and that's just not typical.
True.
And some of the challenges of that are because we don't have water and sewer to offer as an incentive to move into the city. So we'll be looking at hopefully doing some annexations. There's a perception in the region that if you live in the county, you have more property rights and you can kind of do whatever you want. If you live in the UGA, the urban growth area of a city, you have the same rules as what applies in the city. So people think, oh, if I'm in the county, there's not going to be an apartment building next to me. But if you're in the UGA, there probably will be.
Right.
Especially with our needs for housing. So helping people understand that actually coming into the city has a better benefit to residents. They have better access to their government. There's 7 council members and a mayor. We meet twice a month, regular access, efficient in building permits and police services and things like that. So we'll be looking to grow our boundary in the coming years.
And actually a residential area being brought into, annexed into the city, that really doesn't increase their tax base all that much, does it?
It's a wash, actually.
Yeah, really? It is a wash?
Yeah, it's pretty much, you save on property taxes, but you might spend more on services. But for most people, it's a wash. You get free recycling and some things like that. So, yeah.
Well, I love being in the city of Wenatchee, okay, and I know that people have talked about different things and whatever. I would not want us to be just under the jurisdiction of Chelan County alone, to tell you the truth. No offense to the people of Chelan County. I think they do a wonderful
good
job.
Work, yeah.
But I like being a member of this, citizen of the city of Wenatchee.
And the counties, they do a good job. But counties are best set up for rural services.
Right.
Cities are best set up for urban services, and we are built out around the city of East Wenatchee. It looks very urban, and we have schools that kids are, walking to schools. We talked about sidewalks. I'd like to get sidewalks close to every school so that students can safely get to and from, or have bus stops. There's one area right in our UGA, right outside of the city of East Wenatchee, where kids are standing on the road while they wait for the school bus.
Really? Yeah. Not good.
That's not the way it should be.
Yeah, I remember when a woman, she's deceased now, God rest her soul, Esther Stefanu.
Oh, I remember
Esther. Great gal.
Yeah.
But that was one of the big things she ran on, was creating sidewalks on streets where children had to walk and wait for school buses, because that was very important. So, and somebody who's got, my grandkids are a little bit older now, but they still go to One of them to the public school, which is not doing a bad job. She's getting an excellent education. Don't get me started.
Good, that's not my department, so I don't have to help you with that.
Yeah, but okay, what are you looking for the future? Okay, you still got, I mean, you got, what would you like to be able to get your hands dirty on and get done for the city?
Yeah, absolutely. So. Well, and those are big goals. I mean, that's a hefty one to get the budget balanced and to get these expansions. Those will take a lot of time. I am really proud of the work that we've been able to do as far as partnerships with the region. I'm a regional person. I think regionally. Sure. Obviously, I'm elected to look after East Wenatchee, and I definitely do that. But one of the things you have to do in this community is you've got to be good partners with Wenatchee and the
sometimes
counties.
Doing that is what's best for your particular jurisdiction. So, okay.
If something good happens in in Wenatchee, I'm going to celebrate and help with that because that is important for our success in East Wenatchee. One of the programs that we're doing in partnership with Wenatchee is helping with our homeless population and getting housing done together. Wenatchee and East Wenatchee, we partnered on getting ADUs, accessory dwelling units, master plans. So if you wanted to go and put an ADU on your property, there's a pre-approved plan set that you can choose from. It makes that process faster for you and cheaper for you, and you can get an ADU done. And we know we need housing in all forms. And that was a partnership that we did with Wenatchee so that we can work on that housing crisis. We're working on our comp plan. Every 20 years we have to do a comprehensive plan. It's a very big job.
And what is that specifically? What is comprehensive? I mean, does that mean everything involved in the city and what your plan is?
Everything for 20 years so that we can show that we have thought ahead. It's so that we don't have streets just, going crazy everywhere and we're not, building.
Like Seattle?
Right, yeah. So we could probably pick those communities that maybe didn't have that before. You don't want a big apartment complex where maybe you might want soccer fields, right? It's to think ahead so for 20 years we know this area is designated for this and we're mindful of it and planning for it and preparing. So we're working on a comprehensive plan right now, which is a very big job.
Yeah, I can imagine. So is it you getting cooperation from your council members, that kind of stuff?
I do.
Everybody working along together?
We have a very good council. We have 7 council members. Every once in a while you get a new one because someone steps away or an election and new people. So, but we've got a very good council. They work really well together, very supportive. They listen to their community. They are knowledgeable on what we're trying to do, and they don't always agree, but that's great.
Well, they're not supposed to.
No.
Okay, you don't want yes people. You don't want sycophants.
Yep.
Okay.
And they don't always agree with me, and that's okay too.
Really?
I know, right?
Nerve.
We have really good dialogue, and I think that's the most important thing is they feel that when they disagree, they can share their opinion and be respected for it.
Right. Yeah. But you say you have 3 seats open now, or are they going to be open?
3 seats that are up for election this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
And are those people in those seats, are they going to be running again, do you know?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, so tell us, if people are interested in becoming on the Council of East Wenatchee, they have to file by when?
They have to file, I think it's the 2nd week of May. I don't know the date, and then they would be on the November ballot. I tell people the best way to see if it's something that they're interested in is come watch council meetings.
Sure.
You found them boring. I find them riveting.
Going to council meetings confirmed my desire
to not run. Well, come and watch. It's interesting. You can see a little bit of what the work they do, or there's lots of other volunteer opportunities, planning commission boards. All kinds of things that people can do to be a part of making decisions.
Okay, well, thank you. Ms. Mayor, thank you very much for being here. And again, we've been talking with Mayor of East Wenatchee, Jerry Lee Crawford. We will have you on again.
I hope so.
And you can always call me and say, hey, Mike, we got this coming up. We want to talk about it.
Okay.
So it should be fine.
I'll keep you posted.
All right, but hey, thanks for tuning in. Street Talk and other stuff. Have a great day. We will see you next week is going to be a good one. But hey, You have a great day. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.